Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Cheng from the English department. Now, I'm here to cover the answers for the proofreading exercise 1998. As usual, let's take out a red pen or a pen of any color you like to write down the answers and also some of the explanation I'm going to go through in the lesson to kind of tell you why the answers how the answers arrive or why you should make those changes, okay? Let's begin with the examples they have given to us. Dear Pat, thanks very much your last letter. Now here, thank you for okay. In Cantonese it will be 多謝你乜乜乜乜乜，多謝你封信，多謝你份禮物，多謝你咁關心我 okay so thank you for is necessary here okay so you say thank you for maybe thank you for your email dated xxx okay this is a very useful expression you use in paper 3 integrated skills. If it is a reply you have to thank someone first because it's polite to do so. I have been being busy. Now, this is actually I would say good try for using this tense. Okay, present perfect continuous tense. Have been doing. This is the tense. Now, it's very obvious that this student is using this present perfect continuous tense trying to impress the marker. However, the limitation of using present perfect continuous tense is that usually the verb be will not be in ing form in this tense. Okay, you can say I've been teaching in WYY for 10 years or I've been living in Shatin for 5 years. Then that would be okay, but you don't say I have been being because the been and being, the meaning would repeat, okay? Number C, that is why I have taken to write back. Now, why such long not okay? The reason is so adjective, such noun, okay? For example, oh, I am so clever. Okay, you don't say I am such clever, or such laziness is not acceptable. 你咁懶，我接受唔到咯。Such laziness is not acceptable. Okay, so laziness now. Such, to modify a noun. So modify an adjective. Now, 68. I hope that you are looking forward to a trip to Hong Kong in next month. Here, we delete in. Remember 2 lessons ago, we talked about before every, no preposition. This time, before next, no preposition. Okay? And also, same, but we covered 2 lessons ago. So, just to remind you, you don't say in next month, in next year, you just say next year. This is the thing that you need to actually memorize, okay? This is the thing that when you're writing, when you're checking your writing, or when you're actually doing writing, whenever you use next, look at the beginning. I mean, look before what you write. Did you use it? Then delete the in, okay? I am extremely excited about it. Okay, this is again something that we discussed in the first lesson, okay? ing and ed, okay, present participle, ing. And also past. Ooh, what happened? Okay, past participle, ed, and present participle, ing. We use ed to describe somebody's feeling. We use ing to describe how something or somebody makes somebody feel. Okay, so if you say I am extremely exciting, that means you make others feel excited. When others play with you, spend time with you, they will be excited. But here, it's obvious that the writer is excited, the feeling, okay, because he is about to bring his friend Pat to Changzhou. Okay, so it describes the feeling. Therefore, you should say excited. And okay, let's move on. And I've planned lots of things that we can go together. This is just a simple mismatch, okay? Lots of things that we can do together. Or, if you want, I'm not gonna type it here, but you can say lots of places that we can go together, okay? As long as the meaning match. When doing composition, or when doing this kind of proofreading exercise in paper 1, also check the meaning. Sometimes it's just the meaning is opposite. Alright? 71. Let me tell you about the place where I live, Changzhou. Okay, let's move on. Let's revisit the where, the relative clause where. Okay, we use the relative pronoun where to refer to a place. However, there is a limit. Alright, we only use the relative pronoun where to refer to a place and then followed by subject and verb. Okay, so in this case, let me tell you about place where I live. Actually it's fine. The grammar is correct. Let me tell you about place where I live. The problem is not with the relative clause. The problem is with here. Is with the article, definite article, the. Okay, why? Because there's only one place where you live. You are referring to a specific thing. Okay, again, definite article, referring to specific. Okay, so you don't live in a lot of places. You only live in one place. The place is Changzhou. So you need to use the definite article, the. Okay, so let me tell you the place where I live. Or, this is more complicated, okay? If you are smarter, you may pay attention. In relative clause, we also have something called reduced relative clause. That means we can omit, we can 省略 the relative pronoun in defining relative clause. In reduced relative clause, we can 省略 the relative pronoun in a defining relative clause. That means you can say, let me tell you about the place I live. This is okay. You can delete the where. Okay? However, this does not apply in this question because it would require you to make more than one changes. Okay? Because you need to add the and also delete the where. I'm just letting you know. Okay? Okay, let's move on 72. The first thing that you the first thing you probably take notice when you arrive is that, okay, the problem is this. Take notice. First of all, notice is a verb already. So you can just say the first thing you probably notice. That's fine. However, if you want to make it more beautiful, the language, you can say take notice of. Okay? So both are okay and carry the same meaning. So that means you can either use notice and delete the take, or you say take notice of, add the of. Okay. Let's move on to 73. Okay. When you arrive, is that there aren't any cars on the island. This means that it's quiet. This means that. Okay. Again, here. We've covered it again, actually. We've covered before, actually. A that clause consists of that plus subject and verb. Okay? So this means that it's quiet. That means you're missing the subject. What is quiet? Right? 長洲好靜, right? So it is quiet. And the air is clean. I hope that you enjoy seafood. Dan Changzhou has some of the best restaurants in Hong Kong. I hope that you enjoy seafood. Now, this one, Dan, is not correct because Dan is used to indicate the order of events. Okay, first I wash the dishes, then I go to sleep. Okay, but here, 我希望你中意食海鮮，因為長洲有其中一啲香港其中最好嘅餐廳。So this is a cause-result relationship 因果關係。So you should use another connectives. You can use because, you can use as, you can use since, you can even use for if you know how to use it properly. Okay, 長洲 has some of the best restaurants in Hong Kong. So as I probably spilled the answer already, you say some of the best. 其中一啲最好嘅So this structure is quite useful in composition. You can say some of the best, some of the greatest, some of the most beautiful. You know what I mean? You say some of the, then you use the superlative adjective. Okay, some of the best restaurants in Hong Kong, some of the greatest singers in the world, some of the most beautiful ladies in America. Okay? Everyone is very friendly. I'm sure that you will like Chen Chow as much as I do like. Now, here, this is what we call ellipsis. 省略啊, okay? You can use the word do or be. Also fine, okay? For example, I am smart, and so are you. I study chemistry, as do you. That means you don't need to repeat the main verb. Okay? You will like Chang Chow. The main verb is like, right? As much as I do. Do replaces like. So if you repeat like here, you defeat the purpose of ellipsis because the ellipsis is used to avoid repetition. Okay? Let's move on. I'm glad that you love sport. There have plenty of ways that we can entertain by ourselves on the island. Now, this is a very common mistake. This is Chinglish mistake. Alright? You say there is, or there are, or there was, or there were. 嗰度有 in Chinese is 哪裏有 You can or you don't say there have unless you say there have been or there has been. But as you can see, you don't use there have because have is the wrong verb to use here. We are using this is what we call there be sentence structure. You know what I mean? So there is, there have been. You don't say there have. Now, what do you do then? Very simple. You don't say there have. You say there are. Alright? Because plenty of, that means more than one. So you say plenty of. That we can entertain ourselves. It should be entertain ourselves. 娛樂我哋自己啊. You don't need to say by. You say entertain someone. For example, how will the students entertain the guests? 嗰啲學生點樣會娛樂嗰啲來賓啊? You always use entertain and then use the pronoun. You don't use by. For example, there's a great beach where we can go to swimming. This is a infinitive and gerund problem. After go can be followed by to infinitive or a gerund. If you don't remember what to infinitive or gerund, why you need to use that? Remember again, in English, if you need to use two verbs together, the first verb you don't need to change the tense except for the tense, but for the second verb, you need to use either a gerund, that is ing, to infinitive, that is to, and then the base form of the verb, and also the bare infinitive. Go, you can say go to swim, or you can say go swimming, but you cannot say go to swimming. This is a wrong way to say that. Okay, let me type it. Okay, and I have barbecues. You can try windsurfing if you will like. This is a conditional sentence problem. If you remember, this is actually type 1. Alright, that is if you, and then present simple tense, and then you, and then will, and then bare infinitive. This is what you should have learned in maybe Form 2 or Form 3. Now, this is conditionals. If you remember, conditionals, you have learned it in Form 2 or 3 probably. This is actually type 1. In type 1, you say if you, and then present simple, then you say you will, and then bare infinitive. But here, you can try surfing. This is okay, because other than using will, you can also say can, or might, or should, or whatever. But this is not present simple. You delete the will. Next one. Lantau is very close too, so it's convenience to go hiking. Again, this is a very basic error. This is a sentence structure error. It is adjective to Okay? It is convenient to go hiking. It is difficult to get 100 marks in the exam. It is challenging to get 5 star in English. It is easy to improve if you work hard. So this should be an adjective. I'm also member of the sports center. This is a noun, right? Member is a noun. Before a noun, you need to use an article. There are a few articles, a and the, and zero article. Zero article means you don't use an article. But here, you are counting how many. 我係其中一個會員啊嘛 right? So you need to use a member. Okay? I promise that you won't bored. Okay. Now this time bored is used correctly because bored is used to describe the feeling. Okay? 沉悶. If you say you won't boring, that means that you make me feel bored. You know what I mean? So what is missing here? You are missing the main verb. Won't is a modal verb. After a modal verb, you need to use a main verb. So you won't be bored, or you won't feel bored. I guess you can say, or you won't get bored, or you won't become bored. I guess. Okay. Last one. Seeing you next month. This is wrong. Because if you are... So first of all, in English, this is what we call imperative. 祈使句, okay? That means you're ordering someone to do something. You're ordering someone to do something. So in this kind of sentence structure, you start your sentence by using the bare okay? Using a bare infinitive. You don't need to use the subject anymore. You just say, see you next month, or shut up, or keep quiet. If you want, you can also say, you shut up, or you keep quiet, or you listen to me. But most of the time, you don't need to use that. This is how imperatives are used. So here also, you just say, see you next month. Okay? The only time you are using seeing is after I look forward to. After I look forward to, you use ing. Why? Because to is a preposition. After preposition, you need to use gerund, right? So for example, I am good at running. I am good at singing. I am bad at playing computer games. Okay, so at is a preposition. Here also, I look forward to. To is a preposition here. So you need to use a gerund. Okay, so this is a common expression in an email, in a formal email. So you can write it down and remember to use it in your listening integrated skills. I look forward to seeing your reply. Okay, only in this case you use seeing. In the end, at the end of a letter. Okay? Or receiving also okay. I look forward to seeing a reply. I look forward to receiving a reply. I look forward to seeing you next Monday. That's also okay. But bear in mind, both are very formal or very official. Okay? Great! Okay, so now that we have covered everything, let's recap. Again, this is very special because this is a personal, informal letter. However, you still learn some expressions that you can use in paper 3. Thank you for your email, and also I look forward to informally you can say thanks very much for or seeing you next month. This is fine. You need to distinguish the difference between formal and informal writing. We have covered some grammar items, present perfect continuous tense. We also actually touch on a lot of subjects that we have already gone through in previous lessons, such as, before next, no preposition, before every, no preposition. The difference between past participle and present participle, relative pronoun, relative clause, that clause, the sentence structure. For example, that is it is to conditionals, infinitive gerund. These are all grammar items that you should have mastered when you are in junior form. If you have any questions about grammar or about any alternative answers that you think are also correct, of course, feel free to talk to your English teachers and, hopefully you learned something in this video. Okay, see you next time.